The machine shudders, not a gentle shudder, not a polite mechanical hiccup. It screams, every dial spinning wrong, every light going red, and then there's a sound like Kurt Cobain snapping a guitar string, and suddenly, you're not in your living room anymore. You're on wet cobblestones, in the dark, cold. In 1888, the first thing you notice is the smell. We'll get to that. The second thing you notice is that your time machine, the only thing standing between you and dying in the Victorian era, is sitting in a puddle, completely dead, sparks flickering, screen black, silent as a grave. Great. The third thing you notice? The fog. And somewhere inside that fog, something worse than fog, is hunting. You have no money, no plan, no ID, and you are wearing a hoodie. Welcome to Whitechapel. Population? Desperate. Survival rate? We'll see. Let's talk about this fog for a second, because calling it fog is like calling a sewage pipe a water feature. This isn't the soft, romantic mist from period dramas. This is a pea souper, a Victorian London specialty made from coal, smoke, sulfur dioxide, horse manure particles, and whatever the Thames is exhaling today. It's yellow-brown, it burns your eyes, and breathing it is roughly equivalent to licking a chimney. By 1888, London has over 3 million people crammed into a city that was designed for maybe half that, and most of those 3 million are burning coal to heat their homes, cook their food, and power their factories, all at the same time. Some days, the fog is so thick that men walk in front of carriages holding torches just so the horses don't trample people. You are coughing within 30 seconds. You're wearing a modern hoodie, possibly joggers, maybe even sneakers. In 1888 Whitechapel, there are exactly 2 types of people who don't dress like everyone else. Toffs, wealthy people who come to the East End to exploit or gawk at the poor, and madmen. Either way, you're getting punched. But first, you need to survive the night. And to survive the night, you need to understand where you've landed. Whitechapel is not the rough part of town. It's the part of town where rough parts of other towns come to feel better about themselves. It's 1 square mile housing 80,000 people. It has tanneries, places where animal hides are processed using a special ingredient, dog feces, literally collected off the streets, used to soften leather. The smell is permanent and biblical. It has slaughterhouses, blood in the gutters, intestines wrapped around drain grates, rats the size of cats, and cats that are too scared to mess with the rats. And somewhere in this fog, something is moving. Level 1, surviving the night. Okay, first priority, somewhere to sleep. You find a doss house, basically a Victorian Airbnb, except instead of stars, it has lice, and instead of a welcome basket, it has bed bugs the size of small coins. A bed costs 4 pence. You have 0 pence. Perfect. But here's the twist. You don't actually need 4 pence to sleep here. You only need 2, because for 2 pence, you can access one of the most horrifying sleeping arrangements in human history, the penny rope, also called the 2-penny hangover. Picture this, a long rope stretched across a room, horizontally, at chest height. About 20 men lean their arms over this rope, fold forward and sleep, standing up, like wet laundry on a washing line. In the morning, the owner cuts the rope. Every man falls forward onto his face. That is the alarm clock. You are seriously considering this as your accommodation. Food isn't much better. You cannot drink the water. This isn't paranoia. In 1888, London's water supply is partially contaminated with sewage runoff. Cholera is a real and recurring threat. Instead, everyone, including small children, drinks ale or gin. Penny ale, 2-penny gin. Breakfast, if you're lucky, is stale bread and a Savoy, a mystery meat sausage that contains things we will not name here. Theoretically, you eat the bread, you do not ask about the Savoy. You've been here 4 hours and you already want to go home, but the machine is still dead, and something just happened 2 streets away. Level 2, your new lifestyle. It's August 31st, 1888. A woman named Mary Ann Nichols is found on Bucks Row at 3:40 in the morning, throat cut, abdomen mutilated. The police initially think it's a gang altercation. They're wrong. 8 days later, September 8th, Annie Chapman is found in the backyard of 29 Hanbury Street. And this time, the killer didn't just kill, he operated. He removed her uterus with a precision that makes the attending physician go pale. Surgically clean incisions, no hesitation. All of this in a crowded backyard, in the dark, in under 5 minutes. The city stops pretending this is normal. The rumors explode. Is he a doctor? He knows too much about anatomy. Is he a butcher? He handles organs without panic. Is he a royal? Because someone powerful is clearly covering something up. Nobody has answers. The police have nothing. No witnesses, no weapon, no suspect. September 30th, the double event. In a single night, within 45 minutes of each other, in 2 different locations, he kills twice. Elizabeth Stride, then Catherine Eddowes less than a mile away. Police officers are literally 100 yards from one scene. They see nothing, hear nothing. But here's where it gets worse for you specifically. Near Catherine Eddowes' body, investigators find a piece of her apron, dropped in a doorway on Goulston Street, and above it, written on the wall, "The Jews are the men that will not be blamed for nothing." A clue, maybe, or maybe misdirection. The police commissioner orders it wiped away before it can be photographed, afraid of anti-Jewish riots in an already paranoid city. You are standing near this doorway when a constable rounds the corner. He looks at you, he looks at your hoodie, he looks at your sneakers. His hand moves toward his whistle. Level 3. Survived the committee. The Metropolitan Police, Scotland Yard are melting down. They have no forensics, no DNA, no fingerprints. That technology doesn't exist yet in England. No blood typing. If you have blood on your hands, and if police sees you, you are the Ripper. No further questions. You will be beaten and dragged to H Division. That's how they communicate. Someone blows a whistle. Every nearby officer runs toward it. No radios, no phones, no backup you can actually call. Just whistles and hope. But the police aren't even your biggest problem. George Lusk, a local businessman, has had enough. He forms the Whitechapel Vigilance Committee, an army of shopkeepers, locals, and furious husbands who are now patrolling the streets at night with heavy walking sticks and lanterns. Without identification, if anyone looks weird, they are beaten and revealed on the spot. Whether man or women, you duck into a side street, press against a wall, and that's when you hear the sound of the time machine. A faint flicker from the alley where you left it. Not yet. Almost, but not yet. Level 4. The letters. While you've been dodging Vigilance Committee members, someone has been writing. The Dear Boss letter arrives at the Central News Agency on September 27th. It's written in red ink. It mocks the police. It promises more kills, and it ends with a name the writer has given himself, Jack the Ripper. Most experts today think this letter was a hoax, written by a journalist to sell papers, but someone else also writes a letter, and this one is different. This one arrives in a small cardboard box. George Lusk, chairman of the Vigilance Committee, opens his mail one afternoon in October to find a letter and half a preserved human kidney. The letter says, in deliberately misspelled words, that the writer fried and ate the other half. That it was, and I am quoting directly here, very nice. Medical examination of the kidney suggests it belongs to a woman in her mid-40s who had a kidney disease. Catherine Eddowes was 46, and she was missing a kidney. You read about this in a broadsheet someone has dropped in the gutter. You put the broadsheet down. You look at your hands. You look at the machine. Come on. Level 5. The Escape. It's November 9th, 1888. You've been here 70 days. You've learned to dress like a dock worker. You've eaten things you've decided to forget. You've gotten very good at looking like you belong in a crowd while looking absolutely nothing like you belong in a crowd. And tonight, everything breaks loose. Mary Jane Kelly, 25 years old, found in a room at 13 Miller's Court. This one is different from all the others. Every previous murder happened outside, in the open, in minutes. This one happened indoors. Kelly had a room, a rare luxury in Whitechapel. The killer had time. The photographs taken that morning are so disturbing that Scotland Yard locks them away. They're not shown publicly for decades. When the news spreads through Whitechapel, the street erupts, crowds gathering, women screaming, men with torches, the vigilance committee running in 6 directions at once, whistles shrieking everywhere, and in an alley off Dorset Street, your machine lights up, all of it. You run. Cobblestones slick with rain, fog so thick you can barely see 10 feet. The crowd is massive and moving and angry, and you are cutting through it like a fish going upstream. A constable sees you. There, that one, the strange one. Grab him. His hand catches your hoodie collar. You slam the coordinates. Any coordinates. Anywhere but here. The machine screams. The alley disappears. Part 7. The end. You land on your living room floor, gasping. You sit there for a long moment, catching your breath, feeling the carpet under your hands, listening to the hum of your refrigerator. Then you open your laptop and search Wikipedia. Jack the Ripper, active, 1888. Suspects, over 100. Identified, never. Case officially closed, 1892. He was never caught. In 70 days, you never saw his face. Neither did anyone else. You close the laptop. Outside, it starts to rain, and for just a second, just 1 second, you swear you can smell coal smoke. If you liked the video, make sure to let me know by commenting, and I'll see you for next time.